I just came across another journal entry where I was basically writing about not knowing what to write about. So I was experiencing some type of writer's block or creative block in that moment and just wrote whatever came to mind. But there was something interesting about this specific entry and what I was writing, which led me to wanting to create this next video in the series about how to beat and overcome writer's block. The part that really stood out to me that was interesting about this entry, I'll read right now. I am constantly moving from place to place. I am constantly stuck in the same place. How is that possible? Why do I feel like I've written this before? Maybe I've written something similar. Maybe I've just discovered a pattern in my thoughts. I realized that a lot of the time I felt like I was experiencing some type of creative block, more specifically writer's block, was because I was constantly writing the same things over and over again, or writing, with the same theme or the same emotion or something, constantly writing about heartbreak, or, constantly writing about any specific thing too many times. Eventually you're going to get overwhelmed with that and find yourself into some type of creative or writer's block. The poems I was writing, the journal entries I was writing, I was noticing that they was all having similar themes. Even some of the lines were similar. Like, I wrote this same line months ago. I wrote this same line 2 years ago. So what I wrote in that specific journal entry, I realized that I've been just writing these same things over and over again. Or I feel like I've wrote this phrase in the past. Why am I still in the same position? Why am I still having the same mindset on it or whatever? And then it's like, in that journal entry, it was like I was coming to a realization that, maybe there is a pattern in my thoughts right now that I need to figure out what's going on with this pattern. I need to try to break this pattern, create a new pattern, whatever the situation is. That's what I need to be focused on, that pattern. And so sometimes we can be experiencing writer's block or a creative block in general because we need to figure out why our mind is so stuck on one specific thing and one specific mindset, or why we keep focusing on one specific emotion from one specific situation that we're dealing with, or focused on a specific outcome that we don't want to happen, that is just stressing us out and keeping us stagnant in this low vibration. And in that moment, we either write something low vibrational or create something low vibrational, put out something low vibrational, post something low vibrational, you get the gist. Or we're just stuck and can't create at all. We're just sitting there in our thoughts, wanting to create or trying to create, but everything is just so cluttered. And we just feel like, I've already wrote about this before. I don't want to write about it again. I don't know what else to write about. But this is the same situation that I keep finding myself in. So in that moment, you may not need to write. If you find a moment where you can get yourself in the period of writing, good. But if you can't, that may be the moment where you need to just pull yourself away from the writer, away from the creative or whatever. Pull yourself from that side of yourself and focus on, okay, what is this situation that I'm currently in, that I've been in for some time now? I may have thought I was out of it, but now it's uncircled, came back up again or whatever, or it's something that just has constantly been there and I'm ignoring or not clearing it out in the best way. Let me try to put it together. When we're stagnant in any area of life, it can easily become discouraging because we're lacking new experiences, we're lacking growth, and we're lacking results to show. It puts a blockage on that growth and our creativity. And that's when the, imposter syndrome comes in, failure, and just feeling like we're not really good enough or not up to the standard that we initially had set for ourselves and had in our mind about ourselves. Continuing to ignore whatever that issue is will only keep you in that stagnant space, or it'll just have you sink deeper into it. So when you notice you've written something over and over again and it's becoming discouraging, you keep experiencing the same thing or feeling the same way, you may be missing something in the message and should take a closer look to finally gain clarity. It may be something deep down you don't even know you need to heal from, or it's something you simply need to let go of.